Hey, what's up, y'all? Wanted to talk to y'all. Ain't talked to y'all in a minute, so I'm gonna do a quick little video. Buddy of mine, he's a good buddy. He's not a bad buddy. He's a good guy. He meant well, but he made a comment that kind of was like, I guess, a little bit of a jab, But I don't think he meant it that way, but it was. Sometimes we don't know we're jabbing at somebody, and we're taking a jab whether we realize we are or not. This thing, I got this new cell phone holder, and the thing is vibrating. That's a bad road too, so I'm just gonna hold the phone in my hand. How about that? Alright, that's much better. Keep my hand steady. It's hard to find a good cell phone holder, I tell you. Anyways, took a little jab at me. He says, "Hey, Denny, I know we've all had like rough work trucks, but don't you think it's time you step up and get a new truck?" And I said to myself, how are we going to answer back to this, Because, I'm big on being one to respond, not to react. And my reaction to that would have been, what'd you just say to me? But I kept cool, and instead, I'm glad I gave him a good response. But my response was this. I said, yeah, I guess you would say it wouldn't hurt for me to step up to a new truck. I can see where you're coming from. And he's like, yeah, well, my birthday was just yesterday. He's like, you're getting older, man. Like, you deserve it. You deserve it, man. It's time you step up and get yourself a new truck. Now, I got myself an older 2006 Chevy Silverado. It's a work truck. It's dinged up, but the motor's like fresh rebuilt. I'm a mechanic, so I get I get to cheat, I get to cheat. I know how to rebuild my engine and keep it. Like if it's a 2022. This engine I rebuilt in April of 2021, so it's like a brand new engine. Like literally still brand new. I don't think I even got 10,000 miles on it yet since I've rebuilt it. So the point is, I feel like I'm driving a brand new truck because I know I spent about $1,000 just on parts when I rebuilt my engine. Obviously, I did the work myself, so I don't pay any labor, but it would have cost a lot more with the labor, obviously, if I didn't know how to do it myself. So the point is, he's like, hey, Danny, he meant well. Like I said, he meant well. Hey, Danny, you deserve a new truck. You're getting older. It's time you step up. And, I got pretty decent credit, y'all. Like I'm getting the letters in the mail and all that. I'm not going to say I have perfect credit, but I definitely don't have bad credit. I'm getting the letters in the mail saying you're pre-approved for this loan. You're just come in and drive off. No money down. I get all that stuff. And it's kind of like tempting. It's very tempting. Because people will look at you and they will decide how good you're doing based off of what you drive. Oh, look at Danny in a brand new truck. He must be doing really well, y'all. Y'all seen he got that new truck? And that's how people are. It's the whole, what do they call it? Keeping up with the Joneses, right? Oh, the Joneses got a new Camry. We need to go upgrade, our Toyota also. And we've been programmed to think that way, and it's really not a way I agree with. I don't fault anyone for thinking that way, because like I said, the indoctrination towards that, having that mindset is in your face. It's hard to resist. They're constantly shoving, every 2 years, go get a new car. Every 2 years, go get a new car in our faces, but the people keep a car 5 years. It's like long for them. I've had this car forever. It's like, you've only had it 5 years. Chill out. In my country, Costa Rica, you get one car, you keep it your whole life. That's your car. You don't ever get a new one. The seats tear, you reupholster them. Engine blows, you rebuild it or replace it. Same with the transmission, rebuild it or replace it. Paint fades, you repaint it. You get where I'm going. If it gets wrecked and the whole front end, back end, whatever got crushed, you put in a body shop, they will cut off the front end, weld a new front end on, and give you your car back. Yeah, they don't say, oh, there's a total loss, you better go get a new car. I say, you're gonna have to fix this. And people will take out personal loans, whatever they have to do, but they fix their car. It's kind of like that whole saying in relationships, cheaper to keep her. Grass ain't always greener. Sometimes you think you're getting a new car and you're doing good, and you just end up buying new problems. And with what you had, well, at least you knew what you had. You knew what you had put into it. Yeah, it was hit in the front, but you can fix that. And over here, they got these ideas they put in your head, like once a car's been hit in the front, it's gonna pull, it's gonna wear tires, it's never gonna be right again. That's all the crap they feed you, right? When in reality, I don't care how hard the crap was smacked, man. That's the thing about us Latinos, us Hispanics, right? Minorities, black people too. Sorry, white people, y'all just don't do this. But we fix anything. Like, I mean anything. Like, they'll be like, oh, send it to the junkyard. It's the American way of like just being more entitled in this country of like, oh, big deal, I just go buy another one. And us minorities, we're coming from like, I'm originally from third world country, my country of birth. And over there, I mean, most of my family rides the bus. They can't even afford a car. Any kind of car, you're doing good. I don't care if it's from the 80s, little old beat up Toyota, whatever you drive. And most people have a motorcycle because they just can't even afford a car. So yeah, you're damn skippy, we're fixing it. So we come from more of that financial scarcity type economy where you hold on to stuff, you make it work, you figure it out. This thing got hit hard in the front, well, we're gonna cut the front end off of this one, and if it can't be straightened, then we'll cut it off and we'll weld a new one on it. But that Joker, I've already put the rear end in it, I've already had the seats redone. I recently, like, nah, I'm keeping this thing. The transmission was rebuilt. I know what I got. So we like to keep our stuff, is what I'm getting at. We're not quick to let it go. And it affects me every time I gotta let go of the vehicle. Like, it really affects me because around here they don't fix stuff like in Costa Rica. Like, you hit a car here, you damage the frame, I'll give you all that. Like, I have a truck that the frame was damaged, and it's just like, not everybody has a frame puller. These small body shops, privately owned body shops, they ain't got no frame puller. And a lot of the guys here, they just don't have the skill. They don't have the trade of even knowing how to do that. Knowing how to straighten a frame the right way, or having a frame puller, so cutting one frame off and making two frames out of one frame. That's just skills that, I'm not saying nobody has it here, but it's not as abundant as it is in those other smaller countries where it's like everybody has to know how to do that, or they don't drive. So we tend to hold on to stuff. There's some country songs I really enjoy. One called by Dierks Bentley. It's I Hold On, and he talks about how he holds on to stuff. And that's an American song, so I'm not going to say there's no Americans that do that. I'm just saying they're not the majority. But yeah, I agree. That's why I like that song so much, because I hold on. I don't like letting go of stuff. I like, I like this beat up truck. I like this. It's got more miles and dents in it than you got time for me to sit here and tell you the stories behind it. So it's just this old beat up guitar. Whatever it is, we hold on to our stuff. And, sometimes people are, they're programmed to, hey, man, you deserve a new truck. It's your birthday. You should go get yourself a new truck. You know what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong. I like the new trucks. I really do. I really do like the new trucks. And they come in handy. They look good, all that. But they're plastic. As much as they look good, they're plastic trucks. And these older trucks, man, they can take a hit. They were built to last. Just anybody can work on them in their driveway. These newer trucks got so many sensors and computers on them. You need to be an engineer to understand how they communicate. All these sensors communicate with each other. So it can be an issue. All that being said, I came back at him not with this long talk that I'm giving y'all. I'm sharing some other points of view here with y'all, but at the same time, I'm sitting here saying to y'all what I told him. And here's my response. He was like, hey, you deserve a new truck, this and that. Well, it's about time you get a new truck, you know. And I've been looking to buy some more land, so I had mentioned to him that my credit was good, that I'm just saving up a down payment. So he mentioned to me, it's like, oh, you said you had good credit. It's time you go get yourself that new truck. And I told him, I said, yeah, you're right. It would be nice to have a new truck. But answer me this, how much life insurance you got, bro? And he was like, well, what do you mean? You know, he's asking me about me getting a new truck, and I'm flipping it on him with life insurance. And I'm like, yeah, man, it's time. You say it's time I get a new truck. I deserve it. Well, I think it's time you get some more life insurance. I think your family deserves it. And he just kind of looked at me like, what are you saying, bro? And I just looked at him. I was like, well, I get what you're saying and get where you're coming from, bro. I know you mean well, but you want me to get a new truck, so I look good in a new truck and I enjoy the benefits of a new truck. I get it. My 2006 drives like it's a new truck. It just doesn't look like a new truck. But I get what you're saying. You want me to drive around looking like a winner in a brand new truck and whatnot. So yeah, you're right. I do deserve that. But it's just my priorities are above what I deserve. My priorities are, what does my family deserve from me? And, we get into this me thing. Like, what do I want? What do I deserve? And a lot of us forget, man, like we claim verbally that we love our family, that we'd do anything for them. But would we really do anything for them? Or is that just something we say because it feels good to hear ourselves say it? And I think that's what happens a lot. People will tell you, oh, yeah, my family, I'd do anything for them. I love them. But then they're paying $800 to $1,000 a month for this new vehicle. This new trucks cost about that. Even if you're doing a $400 or $500 a month payment on a car, but add car insurance to that, we'll dumb it down to you're somewhere in between $500 to $1,000 a month. Some people even pay more than that just for their vehicle. I have a friend that recently got a new Hyundai Genesis. It's very clean. I love the car. It's beautiful. I'm happy for him. He's older. He deserves it. You're not trying to talk trash on the man. He's a good friend. But he's got this new Genesis SUV. Forget what it is. GV70, something like that. Thing's amazing. Amazing. It's like a spaceship on wheels. But he's paying $1,000 a month for it. $1,000 a month. And they'll tell you, I got some life insurance through work. And like, that's enough for their family. I need to do for me. I need to look good while I'm here. And it's just like, I thought we going back to this whole, you would do anything for your family. There's nothing you wouldn't do for them. So when people tell me I got a little bit of insurance, I'm just like, and that's all your family deserves? Just a little bit of insurance? I'm trying to be the one that when I die, I change my whole family's legacy. So that $800 to $1,000 a month, we'll say $500 for some of y'all. Even the $500. Imagine if you only paid $500 a month in life insurance instead of $500 a month on a car payment. A car payment that's depreciating, just going every time you drive it. From the moment you make a right out of the dealership parking lot, devalues, just tanks. So, but you look good in it, right? That's what's important. You look good. You look good. Yeah, you look like a winner. Like I said, different strokes for different folks. My priorities that's what makes the world a beautiful place. We can agree to disagree, right? Maybe you're like, you're crazy, Danny. You're crazy. Good. Glad you think I'm crazy. If me putting my family's priorities at a higher standard of a little bit of life insurance ain't good enough for them. If you think you're insured because you got some insurance in your job, wait till you see what happens when you lose your job. And then you try to go get insurance on your own. And then you've been diagnosed or you've had prescriptions for certain things. And now you realize you can't even afford insurance like you had. Group insurance is group insurance. It's not private insurance on you. It's group insurance. You don't technically own it. You just participate in it. So I'm insured for over $1 million. I'm like at 1.5 million in life insurance. So if I die, there's $1.5 million coming to my family. Honestly, a lot of y'all are gonna say 1.5 million ain't a lot. Well, it is a lot to me, and if it's not a lot to you, good. I'm trying to get where you're at. I'm trying to add more. Trust me. I don't even think 1.5 mil is good enough. I agree with y'all, but it's a lot for me where I'm at right now. That's my new truck payment every month, what I'm paying in insurance. And if I know I can afford the new truck because I'm affording the life insurance. If I wasn't paying the multiple life insurance policy payments that I have, I could easily take those funds and allocate them towards the new truck that I know I have the credit score to get, that I know they'll give me even zero money down. I'll just drive off the lot like they say in the letters they keep sending me. And go on their website, I can build it exactly how I want it, and I could be driving around with 0 miles on a brand new truck that looks amazing. My truck doesn't look like it has 0 miles on it. It looks like it has 1 billion miles on it. It's a beat up work truck, dented up, it looks rough. My headliner came down recently. Like, it's not pretty in here, y'all. This ain't fancy. But under my hood, it's like a show truck. You pop that hood, everything's painted beautiful. There ain't a leak. Every gasket, every hose, every filter, piston rings, valves, everything completely redone. Right now, the transmission's starting to act, so I'm going to have to do the same to the transmission. Put a brand new one in it. 5-year warranty, unlimited miles, bumper to bumper, the whole 9 yards. The point is, guys, I could just not do none of that. Just go trade this in, or not even trade it in. Just sell it, give it away for free. Do whatever I want. I don't even need a trade in to get the truck I want. And be in my brand new truck. But could I still afford the life insurance? Nope, couldn't. So it's a matter of priorities. And that's why you don't have not even $1 million in life insurance. Because it's not because you can't afford it. It's because it's not that important to you. It ain't that serious. It's just kind of important. You just need just barely enough life insurance just to say you had a little something there for them. But your priority really isn't like, I want to change their legacy. I want to make sure like they don't have to work. They can live a completely different financial problem-free life when I'm gone. My son, not only is he going to get the money, is my parents going to get some of this money. I'm not married, but if I had a wife, obviously she would get in some of that money. But, right now I'm not married, so it's just my son and my parents. But they not only are going to get the money, but when they get the money, I have a testament, not just a life insurance fund, a testament, a will and testament, broken down in specifics, like telling them, you're going to get this amount of money. This is what I would like for you to do with it. Will they do to the T what I tell them to do? Probably not. Honestly, I know that. I know better. But even if they listen to half of what I said, they'll be good. They'll be good. And I like very specific. Step 1, step 2, step 3. This is what you do when you get this money. So I laid it out for my son. If he follows those steps, if he does that, he is set up for life. Set up for life. He'll never, him, my future unborn grandkids, they're not here yet, but someday, right? My future unborn grandkids, my future unborn great grandkids will never ever struggle like I've struggled. I get choked up just thinking about that, because that to me is more special than driving a new truck and looking like I'm doing good. To truly take someone that came here from a third world country on a green card. If I lived in my country, I'd be riding a bus, y'all. I wouldn't even own a vehicle. I wouldn't own a home. Wouldn't have my own business probably. Everything I have, I owe to this country, to the United States of America. Costa Rica didn't do diddly jack for me. Other than childhood memories with family and beautiful little trips to the beach and then playing in nature, because it's a tropical rainforest. It's beautiful over there. And the people that say, oh, Costa Rica is so beautiful, why don't you live there? Well, you must have taken a cruise ship there. You must have read the brochure. Like, you must have went on a nice little family 1 week trip like a tourist. You didn't live in third world country Costa Rica. You didn't experience the neighborhoods where the bodies won't even get picked up by the cops. Like, you don't understand the socialism that's happening with our government there. Like, the economy is not the American dream economy. Let's put it to you that way. Like, I got cousins, family members. I see what they go through. They would literally give up an organ, a valuable internal organ, a limb, to have the opportunity to come here legally with papers and be able to come over here and have a driver's license and a social security number and be able to work. Thank God for dual citizenship. You know, there's dual citizenship in Costa Rica. You can remain a Costa Rican citizen and become a U.S. citizen, but not everybody gets it. It's hard, man. My dad started applying for citizenship when I was pretty much born, almost like 2 years old. And I didn't get in here until I was like 9, about to be 10. That's how many years it took. And I remember the whole process, immigration process, and all the interviews and the vaccinations. And I mean, it was just like, nope, you're denied. Go do this, come back. We go do that. Nope, you're denied. Go do this, come back. Nope, you're denied. Go do this, come back. That went on from the time I was 2 to almost 10 years old, like 9.5. And I've been here ever since. 40 now. I've been here 30 years. I was there the first, you could say, 10 years, 9.5 years. Rounded up, I've been here longer than my own country. This country has done more for me than my own country. Well, I'm not blind. It's not like I don't go back and visit like a tourist and see the family that actually lives there and how they really struggle living there, and how envious they are of the opportunity that I've been given to live here. So my priorities are different, man. My priorities are different. I'm not here trying to look good. I'm here actually trying to do good, regardless of how I look. There's an old saying that says, you got to be willing to look like you can't afford a slice of bread, but low key, at some point, you'll be able to afford the whole bakery. And I'm trying to live that life. I'm trying to drive around looking like I can't afford a slice of bread, y'all, in this beat up work truck. But low key, God, all for your glory. Low key, here soon my son's going to be able to afford the whole bakery. And that's something worth living for. That's something worth struggling for. So, do I deserve a new truck? You're damn skippy. He was right. My buddy was right. I deserve a brand new truck. I deserve to look good like all of y'all out here. But my standards won't let me focus on what I deserve. My standards are so set on what the next generation is going to get because of me. Like, everything I'm doing here, my whole life, everything I'm living, everything I'm struggling for. You think I'm doing this for me? Y'all got it twisted. Think I drive this beat up truck for me? Y'all got it twisted. Think I got up and went and worked 19-hour day for me? Y'all got it twisted. What I do, I'm doing to help take care of my parents and to set up the next generation to come. And this little name of mine, this little family last name of mine, man, I'm telling you, Daniel Jose Matamoros Jr., he's gonna be playing at a different level, man. I'm going out with a bang when I go out. Now, does that mean I'm just counting on when I die he gets rich? No, I'm working like you have no idea. I'm making moves so that I can enjoy some of that good life while I'm alive too. Hopefully I live to be 120. They put me in the Guinness World Record. But if I die tomorrow, y'all, in the process of getting there, I can't take that new truck with me. And me having looked good in the new truck while I was here didn't serve them well. I'm going to leave them a truck that I can't even afford to pay off in my lifetime. And now they got to either pay it off with money they ain't got or go return it. And I paid all that money for nothing for them to just have to give it back. No thanks. It's all about priorities, man. Like, sometimes we just got to get off the me and really think about what we're really getting up every morning for. Like, what's your real why? What's your real purpose? Are you really that selfish? It's a hard question to ask yourself. I get it. I'm not trying to pick at nobody here, but it's the question I had to ask myself. I had to look in the mirror and say, are you really that selfish? Because I went through a phase where I was, y'all. I had to have the new BMW M3. I had to have the new Audi. I had to have all that stuff. I had all those little German fancy sports cars, turbo this and sports coupe that, and convertible and sedan and everything. And it didn't, at the end of the day, it didn't fill me. I lived in the luxury high-rise apartment. I had private movie theater room and free continental breakfast every morning in the clubhouse, and everybody, firework display every 4th of July from the 5th floor on the balcony, and 10-foot ceilings and 10-foot Christmas trees. And I lived that life, and I was grateful for it. But it didn't fill me. It didn't fill me. And it really wasn't doing nothing, man. Paying all that rent every month to live there for all those years. And it's like, man, that could have went towards something more meaningful. I could have left my family, my kids. So it's all about, like, I had to check myself, man, before I wrecked myself. Because living that way wasn't good for my health or theirs, So it's just, you gotta get in the mirror and get honest with yourself sometimes, and just be like, you know what? It is what it is. It is what it is, and it ain't about me no more. And I'm gonna make sure that when I go out with a bang. Like when they talk about, my future grandkids talk about Grandpa Daniel, Papa Daniel, and they say, man, my son will tell him he worked like a dog. He drove that old beat up truck, and he worked like a dog, and he stacked up. He lived his life looking like he couldn't afford a slice of bread. But secretly, now we can afford the whole bakery because of him. Because he wasn't just thinking about himself. So even though I know my friend meant well, my friend meant really well, and I appreciate what he was trying to say, because he said it with love. Like, you deserve a new truck, bro. It's your birthday. Why don't you go trade this thing in? And honestly, I thank him for it, but it just grounds me. It reminds me what I'm really doing here. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I need to be able to afford that life insurance. So the question is, why haven't you got a new life insurance policy? How come you only have that one little policy through your job? How come you only have that little $100,000 policy? That little baby little $100,000 policy? You don't even got a $500,000 for your family? Not even a $500,000? Not even a $500,000. You don't even got $1 million for your family? Like what are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, I can't afford it. You can't afford it, but you can afford that new car payment. You can afford that cable bill every month, right? You can afford going out to eat every weekend, right? You can afford all them streaming services, right? Listen, I get it. I pay streaming services for my son. Ask me how often I watch them. I'm working them 18, 19-hour days. I ain't got time for that. You get what I'm saying? Priorities, y'all. Priorities. Anyways, I try to keep these videos at 30 minutes. I hope this made somebody think. This ain't about offending anybody. I know we live in such a little sensitive culture these days. People and their fickle little feelings can't handle anything, So just, if this offended you, it is what it is. You're one of those. If the shoe fits, wear it. But know that in my heart, my intentions is not to offend anyone today. It's just to be as brutally honest with y'all as I had to be with myself. I had to be willing to offend myself, to be that brutally honest with myself, to say, you know what? Where your priorities at? Check yourself, boy. What are you really doing? Who are you really doing it for? When the lights go out, and maybe it's because I've had the life and death experience already, and maybe you haven't, and it ain't really real to you. Maybe it's because I've buried my best friend at the age of 31. Maybe it's because I've buried my friend's kids at 18, and I've been to those funerals. Maybe it's because I know how real this is. I've seen my family members go from 180 pounds to 80 pounds and dead in 3 months from cancer. Maybe it's because I've seen how you're healthy this week, and in 3 weeks you're gone and dead. Like, maybe it's because I've seen too much of this and I take things a little differently. And like I said, I want to live to be old. I want to live to be 120 and healthy. Health is my most valuable asset. But here's the big but. If I don't in the process, I'm going out with a bang and I'm changing my whole family's legacy, and that is the number one priority. The next generation will be 10x better because of me. And this old beat up work truck, whether they keep it or junk it or whatever they do, oh well, it's up to them. I can't take it with me anyways. That's up to them when I'm gone. but I ain't leaving them with the debt of no brand new truck. You know, these people that brag about, check out my new truck, check out my new car. It's like, look, man, I get that you think it's yours. Miss 2 payments, just 2 payments on that, and you're gonna find out who that really belongs to. The bank gonna remind you whose truck that really is. You feel me? The bank gonna let you know who's that really belong to. You know, like, whatever extra money you got needs to be going towards that life insurance, maybe a mortgage protector, you know, some annuities, some sort of financial product that's really gonna set your family up. And that's why I not only have the stuff, but I sell it, man. I ain't out here selling no poison I ain't drinking myself. There's the same thing I'm drinking till the wheels fall off. I'm preaching it and I'm living it. I ain't sitting here trying to sell you, you know, a high monthly policy that I'm not willing to pay for myself. If I'm insured for over $1 million, then why you think I'm trying to get you right and get you insured for $1 million? Because if my little Costa Rican immigrant butt can afford it, don't tell me your fancy little American butt can't. It's just a matter of priorities. Priorities and work ethic, man. I know you got the work ethic because you're paying for the truck. Just flip them priorities around to what really matters. It's hot out here. It's a beautiful day. I'm going to let y'all go. My hand getting tired of holding this phone. Like I said, I try to keep these things at 30 minutes. I got nothing but love for y'all, man. This message was given with love. Sometimes, you know, you can call it tough love if you want. But, you know, friends tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. So consider me the friend on this camera that's telling you what you need to hear. You can be the one. You can be the one to change that for your family. You can be the one to be honest with yourself in the mirror and stop being so selfish. Get off the me, keeping up with the Joneses vibe, and go get your little $5,000 work truck. Go get your little $5,000 cash car. And that work ethic you got, that you've been able to make that $500 to $1,000 a month payment, start paying that into a policy that's going to really change the game for you and everybody in your household when you're gone. Trust me, the generations to come will be indebted to you. Your picture will hang on the wall years after you're gone, and they'll say, it's because of what he did that we live this way now. You really want to leave a legacy? I don't know about y'all, but I want to die with the same integrity and that I've tried to live with. I want to be remembered with the same amount of love that you know, that I've given them long after I'm gone. And it's a hard world out here. Look, we're at a 8.5 inflation right now, April 2022. Let's remember that when this video ages. The price of everything gone up under the current administration is crazy. And honestly, my prediction is it gets worse before it gets better, y'all. So it's really a time we reassess our priorities. Anyways, like I said this with love for those of you that hung in there and listened and watched and weren't easily offended and actually took some of this to heart. I hope that you actually apply it. That you don't just think about it, but you apply it. God bless you. Happy Easter weekend.